Hello and welcome to this Hockey Inside Out Show bonus episode. I'm Stu Count of the Gazette, and I'm joined by my regular partner here, former Canadiens defenseman and 1986 Stanley Cup champ, Rick Green, along with my longtime Gazette colleague and friend, Jack Todd, who was filling in for Chris Nyland. Rick, you know what it's like to be a defenseman in Montreal. Mike Matheson seems to have become a favorite whipping boy for fans in this city. Why is that?
Well, I mean, unfortunately, anytime a defenseman makes a mistake, it either results in a chance against or a goal. So this comes with the territory. But, like so often, the intelligent players like the defenseman are covering up for mistakes made by the forwards.
Never trust the forward.
And, this is just part of it. And, I feel for Mike, it's unfair. He brings a lot more positive things to the game than negative, and he's human. It's a game of mistakes, and it happens. And they shouldn't be so hard on him from the standpoint that he really tries and he cares. And it's I remember Breezewall back in the day used to have to face some music, and I tried to put him in a situation where he didn't have to face that kind of music, and it's not fun, and they should be on board and should be much more positive to what he brings to the team.
Rick, you were assistant coach, I guess, when Bob Gainey, fans who were on Breezeball, he called them out and said, "We don't need you," and called them gutless bastards, was what he said. What do you remember about when that happened and the impact that maybe had with Breezeball and in the locker room?
Well, I mean, I just, it was great that he came to his defense, and, I could feel the weight on Breezewall's shoulders on the bench to the point where I don't think he was really comfortable in getting on the ice in certain situations. So with that being said, like I said, I tried my best to, ease him into situations where he couldn't get the booing that he was getting, constantly. And, it's a tough time, but you kind of find a way to get through it, and he did.
Well, the good thing with Breezeball is there's no social media now. So back then it would have been hard. But Jack, this seems to be a regular thing. PK Subban went through this. Breezeball went through this. If you're an offensive defenseman in this city, some fans don't seem to understand that the more you have the puck on your stick, the more you carry the puck, and the more you try and make plays, more often you might make a mistake. And Rick was talking about blaming it on the forwards. That overtime goal with the Devils, we're blaming Matheson, but it was a bad pass from Line A, which set the whole thing up. So it's just it seems to be, if you're an offensive defenseman in the city, you have a target on your back from some fans.
Yeah. I would say with Matheson, it's partly that might be that he's a bloke, but Fish went through the same thing. It was probably partly my fault. I hate to say, if I had it to do over again, I would have gone easier on him. But I thought Bob Gainey and I were going to fight over it once. I went to do the first feature on Gainey when he took over as GM, and we'd always gotten along really well. Like, I really liked the guy, great admiration for him and everything. I go in, usually there's a bit of chit-chat at the beginning. They ask if you want a coffee, whatever. I sat down and he said, "You're a bully, and you're going to stop bullying my players." And I said, "I'm a bully? I barely make a six-figure salary, and I'm writing about guys who are making 7, 8 figures, and we went at it." I thought, my God, how far is this going to go? And then it cut off, and Bob, being Bob, it turned out it was a great interview.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't realize that till I got back and listened to the tape because, things were so tense. But, I think he was right to a degree. At that time, I was writing 5 times a week or something. You take a different approach. Now that I sit back and look at things, I really feel for Matheson. I think it's completely unfair. He's out there 24, 25 minutes a game. And the thing I try to watch is lack of effort. If the effort's there, the guy's out there busting his balls, there's no way I'm going to get on his case. He's not a Scott Gomez. He's not out there mailing it in. He's not taking the money and running. I don't know how you could ask for more from Matheson. It's like you say, an offensive defenseman, things are going to happen. Things will fall apart at times. It's part of the job. And to get on this guy's case, come on, grow up.
Yeah, I think you called it was Patrice Brisebois. Was that your line, Jack? If I
I'm afraid so.
Yeah, well, I remember Mike Farber was Red Light Rasico was Mike Farber came up with that
the
one.
Trouble is, I think Mike would say the same thing. Is you kind of call a guy that once,
yeah,
and for you it's a one-off.
Yeah,
but then it sticks.
Yeah,
and then you're stuck with it. They're stuck with it. Poor Red Light, man. What a thing to be called when you're a goalie.
One thing will never change, no matter what era, is the player can control so much of this to the point where don't give them any ammunition to be critical of you in any way. And I always used that or felt that as a player, that use that as motivation. You don't want to hear negativity. Just do a good job, work hard, like Jack says. Honest effort will overcome a lot of things. Not to say that Mike Matheson hasn't been doing that, just unfairly getting the short side of the play when it comes down to goals against, and hopefully that'll go away real soon.
I know I asked Matheson about the social media thing, and he says he doesn't look at social media, tries to avoid it, but it's almost impossible to totally avoid it. He's got his wife in the city, he's got family in the city. It was Nick Suzuki who came to his defense, saying Nick said it was his fiance had seen the comments after the New Jersey game and didn't think they were right and came to his defense. But Rick, was it similar with Chris Chelios, an offensive defenseman? Do you remember fans maybe getting on him early when he came here?
No, not really. I think Chelly, he showed up every game, and he competed. He tried to do his best. I didn't pay too much attention to him, other than when he
wasn't your favorite partner, right, Rick?
I didn't pay attention other than when Lappy used to put me out with him, and Chelly would give me the evil eye, saying it's your fault. No, Chelly was a player, obviously, and he didn't bring any negativity from teammates or the people in the stands. Just honest, hard-nosed guy that came to play every night.
Yeah, and that's the same with Mike Matheson, as you mentioned, Jack. The work ethic, the compete level is always there. He's a guy who has a puck on his stick a lot. And as he said to me last season, he said, I could just fire the puck off the glass and get it out of the zone every time I had it, but we're not going to win many games. Anyway, that's it for this Hockey Inside Out Show bonus episode. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe to the Hockey Inside Out YouTube channel. Go to MontrealGazette.com/newsletters to sign up for the Hockey Inside Out newsletter. And of course, you can go to HockeyInsideOut.com every day for all the latest Canadiens news. Also, if you have a bonus question you'd like us to answer in a future bonus episode, please put it in the comments section below.